24, the TV show taking credit for Barack Obama's historic presidential campaign. 2, the number Rudy Giuliani called John McCain. And 500,000, the amount of credit card debt Cindy McCain racked up in 1 month. Politics by the numbers and by the punchlines. Ahead on Countdown. Glory, glory, hallelujah. The latest offspring of Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt may be here in a few weeks. That's the official word from Ms. Jolie's doctor in our number 2 story on the Countdown, Keeping Tabs. The actress is resting comfortably at the Lenval Hospital in Nice, France. She arrived by helicopter and occupies a suite of rooms protected by bodyguards. Ms. Jolie's doctor, Michel Sussman, says that his patient is being, well, patient as she awaits the birth of her twins. Quoting, "What she needs now is simple surveillance by monitoring." Ah, music to the paparazzi's ears and the NSA's. But the good doctor was cagey about whether the birth of Jolie's new babies in the near future is expected to be premature, saying only it will take place in the coming weeks. And he sure did like Jolie's star turn as the voice of Lola in Shark Tale. I'm sorry, I just made up that last part. Sorry. And just when you thought the concept of remaking Beverly Hills 90210 couldn't get any sicker, hello, Shannon Doherty. The terrifying, still promising actress is being courted to reprise her role as Brenda Walsh in the updated series. But there are hitches, like money, and Doherty wants to know what her storyline will be before agreeing to the gig. These demands, even though Doherty was fired from the original show in 1994, after she allegedly got in a fistfight with fellow actress Jenny Garth. Ms. Garth and Tori Spelling are already set to reprise their roles, so get out the boxing gloves. Or maybe just the remote. Click. Did President Palmer on the small screen actually pave the way for President Obama in real life? And if that's the case, what does that say about Gina Davis as Commander-in-Chief Allen? Your day in political punchlines next on Countdown. Would a presidential candidate rather have the endorsement of a police officer or a president? What about the endorsement of an actor who played a police officer versus an actor who played a president? And wait, what if the fictional commander-in-chief thinks that his portrayal may have paved the way for the real-life candidate? And our number 1 story on the Countdown, it's Dennis, I'm not a president, but I played one on TV, Haysbert versus Eric Ponch Estrada. Mr. Haysbert has contributed $2,300 to Obama's campaign. And as for his role on 24 a few years ago, quote, "If anything, my portrayal of President David Palmer, I think, may have helped open the eyes of the American people. And I mean the American people from across the board, from the poorest to the richest, every color and creed, every religious base, to prove the possibility there could be an African-American president, a female president, any type of president that puts the people first," end quote. Really? Impressive. But shouldn't Gina Davis be given some credit for portraying a female president on the ABC show Commander-in-Chief? Oh, yeah, that was canceled. Never mind. Sorry, Senator Clinton. Meanwhile, Mr. Estrada, who played Frank Poncherello, better known as Ponch on Chips, you know, back in the 70s, cruising the California freeways on his motorbike, he has endorsed Senator John McCain, calling him, quote, "a man's man." You can trust me to not make up a quote like that ever. He actually said it. McCain is a man's man. Let's bring in comedian Christian Finnegan, also a regular contributor to VH1's Best Week Ever. Good evening, Christian.
Hi, Rachel.
All right, Dennis Haysbert seems like a nice enough guy, certainly a good actor, but he also said that people still come up to him and ask him to run for president, all because of his portrayal of a president on TV. So he really does believe he's helped Obama?
Yeah, I'm sure that's going to be Obama's new campaign slogan. Vote for me. It'll be just like the show 24. I mean, I like the show and all, but in the real world, I don't think people be too crazy about the Palmer administration. Let's see. Members of the cabinet are traitors. Your wife is brutally murdered. Oh, yeah. And a nuclear bomb detonated on American soil. Not exactly morning in America. Although
yeah.
I bet his approval rating would still be higher than Bush.
And so then, well, logically, Gina Davis hurt Senator Clinton, and Jimmy Smith's brief stint as president on West Wing didn't do any favors for Governor Bill Richardson, right?
And the whole thing is just so tacky. I mean, you don't see Carl Reiner and Mel Brooks taking credit for John McCain just because they happen to write The 2,000-Year-Old Man.
All right, then there is Ponch, Eric Estrada, who is, by the way, now an actual deputy sheriff in Bedford County, Virginia. Mr. Estrada attended Senator McCain's event at the National Sheriff's Association yesterday. Estrada plans to put on a big fundraiser for McCain, and he said he's a good man, he's a man's man, and I want to support him. Is that better or worse than Chuck Norris endorsing former Governor Mike Huckabee?
Well, it's always good to get a celebrity endorsement of this magnitude, but personally, I'm going to wait and see where the rest of the Surreal Life cast comes out before I make my decision. Where does Brigitte Nielsen stand on offshore drilling? What's Vern Troyer's position on FISA? But make no mistake, this is a coup for the McCain campaign. I happen to have met Officer Poncherello live in person once, and whoo boy, one gaze, one prolonged gaze into those pearly veneers, and I nearly became a man's man, if you get my drift.
All right, Senator McCain may want to rethink sending out one of his surrogates. Former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani on CNN yesterday, Giuliani actually said, quote, "I thought I was best qualified to be president, but I thought John McCain was number 2. I don't suppose that's going to help Giuliani's chances of being chosen for the number 2 slot, will it?
Boy, man, as someone who lived in New York through the entire Giuliani administration, this just seems so not like him. Where's the grace and humility that has just defined the man over the years? Honestly, I don't think he had a chance for VP anyway. I think Romney's got it locked up, because if the primary campaign made one thing clear, it's that in John McCain's eyes, Mitt Romney is number 2.
All right, Christian, briefly, at the risk of piling on Senator McCain, what's going on with his wife's spending habits? Charging $500,000 on one American Express card and $250,000 on another, all in 1 month. Is this pain at the pump for her private jet? What's going on here?
Rachel, you don't just go out and buy 400 fluorescent pink, retina-burning lady suits off the rack. You have to get that stuff made custom. And she's on the campaign trail. You pick up some tchotchkes. You ever been to the Mitchell Corn Palace? You try not dropping $100 grand. Comedian
Christian Finnegan, a contributor to VH1's Best Week Ever. Thanks, Christian. That's countdown for this, the 1,890th day since the declaration of mission accomplished in Iraq. I'm Rachel Maddow. Thanks for watching.